Slavic mythology is like a colorful, detailed picture full of amazing creatures with special abilities. These creatures come from the stories of Eastern Europe and Russia. They are very different. Some are scary, and some are just strange. They show how creative and culturally rich the Slavic people are. In these stories, there are monsters that make people feel both wonder and fear. Strziga, a demon of the Slavic skies. One terrifying monster is the Strziga, a demon with wings, usually shown as a woman. The Strziga looks like a mix of a bird and a person, with a big head, face like a human, and fingers that turn into sharp claws. It has wings like a gray bat, yellow eyes, and a long beak for drinking blood or eating dead bodies. Its breath can kill, and it usually goes after sleeping babies. People say the Strziga comes from someone born with 2 hearts, 2 souls, or extra rows of teeth. When one of their souls dies, they turn into owls at night and hunt travelers or people lost in the woods. You can tell a Strziga by a blue light, and its victims by one eye that stays open. To stay safe from a Strziga, you can use branches from a hawthorn tree, holy water, or pig's blood. Sunlight or cutting off its head can kill it. Lei Forest Guardians, protectors of nature. Another interesting part of these myths is the male Slavic Forest Guardians. These spirits can change their size and shape to protect the forest and its animals, like wolves and bears. They look like big people with hair and beards made of plants, and they can turn into any plant or animal. Deep in the forest, they are huge like trees, but near the edge, they are as small as a leaf. They talk using sounds from nature, not like people. They keep the forest safe, but they don't like humans much. They can trick or attack people who hurt the forest. The Leshy can take away signs, steal tools, or cause accidents. If a Leshy takes you but you don't eat its food, you might get away, but it can be very scary. However, if you make a Leshy laugh or become its friend, it might teach you magic. These myths show how people have always tried to understand and describe the unknown parts of nature and life. They blur the line between what's real and what's magical, with heroes and monsters living together. These stories pull us into a world where imagination is everything. They remind us how powerful myths are in helping us understand the world and ourselves. Vodyanoi, spirits of the water. In the shadowy waters of Slavic folklore, the Vodyanoi or Vodnik spirits emerge as a central figure. These spirits resemble an old man with a frog-like face, complete with a greenish beard and lengthy hair, their bodies adorned with algae, muck, and black fish scales. Locals often refer to them respectfully as grandfather or forefather. They have webbed appendages, similar to a frog's instead of hands, a tail akin to a fish, and eyes that glow like fiery coals. The Vodyanoi stay close to their aquatic homes, as their strength diminishes on land but is formidable in water. They are often seen floating on sunken logs in rivers or ponds, making loud splashing noises. These spirits enjoy causing disturbances, but if angered, they can become destructive, breaking dams, wrecking watermills, or even drowning people and animals. Some tales suggest that they enslave their victims in their underwater domain forever. Russian villagers believed that approaching water bodies at night could provoke a Vodyanoi attack. They target inexperienced swimmers, but they also lure people closer to the water with tempting objects like ribbons or mirrors to ambush them. The Vodyanoi sometimes marry women who have drowned or been disowned, and they have been known to go after married women too. In the winter, they hibernate, and their spring awakening is marked by breaking river ice. Sometimes these creatures can be helpful, guiding fish into nets or warning about floods. Fishermen would offer tobacco to the water, hoping for good fishing luck or to avoid harm. Bieda, the shape-shifting demon of misfortune. Another creature in these myths is the Bieda, a demonic immortal shapeshifter. This entity, appearing as a tall, thin woman in ragged clothes, brings misfortune and sadness wherever she goes. She feeds on human happiness and energy, settling in a household and causing a series of unexplained troubles. The Bieda can transform into any object or animal, often disguising herself as a seemingly harmless creature or thing that suddenly appears in a home. People were wary of new, odd occurrences, like birds that never lay eggs or unusually clever mice. Being immortal, the Bieda cannot be killed. Efforts to destroy her in one form only lead to her escape and transformation into another form or object. She can torment a family until its downfall. The only way to rid a household of her presence is to find and remove the unfamiliar object harboring her spirit. Dragak, the screamer of the Slavic myth. In the realm of Slavic folklore, the Dragavac stands out as an exceptionally chilling entity. Referred to as the Screamer or Screecher, this creature is known for its diverse and horrifying appearances. It can manifest as an undead man, emerging from his grave at night to terrify the living. In another incarnation, it appears as a restless, unbaptized child, haunting its own parents with its presence. Alternatively, the Dragavac might take the form of a humanoid canine, prowling the countryside to prey on unsuspecting travelers and children who are out after sunset. Each form of the Dragavac is unified by its most distinctive and feared characteristic: a bone-chilling scream that echoes from graveyards. This scream is often interpreted as a mournful cry for baptism. The Dragavac's connection with the supernatural and its ability to cause harm are deeply ingrained in Slavic mythology. This creature is not just a simple ghost or ghoul. It is a complex amalgamation of different fearsome beings, each with its own backstory and methods of haunting. For instance, the undead man version of the Dragavac is typically seen as a vengeful spirit, rising from the grave due to some unresolved issue in the mortal world. The unbaptized child form represents a soul stuck in limbo, unable to find peace due to its lack of religious rites. The humanoid canine version is a more predatory incarnation, actively hunting and causing harm. Zime, the Slavic Dragon. Another key figure in Slavic mythology is the Zime, a term used for dragons and massive serpents. While resembling the dragons of European folklore, like those in the Epic of Beowulf, with wings, fire breath, and a reptilian body, Zime are often portrayed as more powerful and not always evil. These dragons are intelligent, cunning tricksters, known for abducting maidens and challenging heroes. They possess the power to shapeshift, often taking human form, sometimes for sexual relationships with humans. Offspring from these unions were believed to become brave warriors and heroes. Slavic dragons were sometimes seen as protectors, with power over specific elements or areas, and could offer help or blessings to villages. In southern Slavic regions, dragons like the Shmi were considered protectors against storms, while in Eastern Slavic, particularly Russian tales, they were often enemies defeated by heroes. Notable Slavic dragons include Shmi Goranich, a multi-headed beast guarding the underworld, and Smok Wawelski, the Wawel dragon who terrorized the city of King Krak. Much like other cultures, Slavic dragons are both feared and revered. Have you ever encountered a myth or legend that captivated you in a similar way? Share your stories and thoughts in the comments.